Hello, and welcome to Chicago in the evening. Tonight with us we have a special guest. He was once one of the many gang leaders from Chicago, and now with his recent release from Alcatraz, he decided to come here with us. Al Capone. Mr. Capone, how are you?
I'm good, Tyler. It's finally nice to be out of that cell.
Well, it's good to have you. Now let's get right into it. First question for you, Al.
Alright, fire
How
away.
did you end up being involved in the life of a gangster?
Well, from a young age, I found that school was not for me. So in 6th grade, I ended up quitting school to go to a life on the streets in Brooklyn, New York. My good friend Johnny, was really the one that brought me into the street when he offered me a place among his
That's very
gang.
fascinating. So why don't you tell me how you got your nickname, Scarface?
Well, I got my nickname from the scars on my face. I got these scars when I worked at Frankie Yale's Brooklyn Dive Bar. I was a bouncer and a bartender, and this woman felt that I insulted her, and so her brother attacked me, and that's how I got these scars.
What can you say, woman?
I know you're talking about that.
Now tell me, Al, why did you end up moving to Chicago when your hometown was Brooklyn?
Well, again, it was really the influence of Johnny Torrio, because he became a member of a gang that had risen in Chicago called the Clasimo Gang, after the leader, Big Jim Clasimo. He ended up dying in 1920, and my friend Torrio gained control of the gang, and so I joined that.
What were some of the reasons that you moved your headquarters to Cicero and not to Chicago?
Well, I was in Chicago originally, and the new mayor of Chicago, he was non-corrupt, and he actually hired a new police chief to chase me out. So I moved to Cicero, and my brothers actually took control of the Cicero government. They became the mayor and the chief of police, so I couldn't be touched.
I heard from a little birdie that you've been starting working at soup kitchens and helping people out around the city. What can you tell me about this?
Well, I believe that the people of the United States actually need my help, and in addition, it helps with my public image.
How do you get away with so many crimes without being convicted?
Well, I think it was mainly because I am a gang leader, and so if I really wanted something done, I'd just send my henchmen to do it.
Of course.
But also, the police around Cicero and in Chicago, they really didn't crack down on gang violence a lot. But it did help a lot that my brothers were in power in the Cicero government.
How did you feel about taking over the mob after Torrio was hurt?
Well, Torrio was my mentor, and I was kind of sad that he got injured so badly that he had to step down. But I was able to take the gang to a whole nother level of wealth and prosperity.
Most people would agree that St. Valentine's Massacre is one of your most notorious crimes. Why do you think this is?
Well, I do agree that it is one of my most notorious crimes because of the fact that it was in tons of newspapers all around. But I was actually in Florida when it occurred to escape the harsh winters of Chicago. And one of my members, McGurn, came to me with this idea, and I said that would be fine, and I left it to him to do. He actually went through with it, and I think it went pretty well, except for the fact that the guy we were trying to kill wasn't in the room when the guns went off. I was actually questioned for this crime, and they couldn't get anything out of me.
Alright. How would you say Alcatraz is different from the Alabama State Prison?
Well, in the Alabama State Prison, I was like the king of the prison. I got all the commodities, and I had contact with the outside world. While in Alcatraz, I was treated bad, and I had no contact whatsoever with the outside world. So it was like I was in the dark.
Since not many people know about Prohibition in detail, we have created a presentation. Here it is.
Prohibition is a failure most anyone can see, for whiskey sold in every town in the good old USA. Oh, the policeman will arrest you, he'll lock you up in jail, he'll drink up all your liquor and turn you out on bail.
I know. Now tell me, how did this affect your life as a businessman?
Well, Prohibition did give me a lot of business since people wanted alcohol and I was able to supply them. And the average man had to go to the speakeasies, which I owned, and this actually gave me a lot of revenue. And so it really helped me out as a
Now,
businessman.
we all know you have a wife and kid. How do you keep your family life and business life separate?
Well, I try really hard to keep them as far as away from each other as possible, because in the life of a gangster, there's a lot of revenge killing and stuff like that. So I want to keep my family out of that, and so that's why I try to separate them as much
Why
as
did you
possible.
come out of hiding 3 months after the death of McSwiggan?
Well, that whole case was really hard for me because McSwiggan was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he got caught in between the crossfire of gang violence. And I knew that after his death, the police would be all over me, and so I went into hiding for 3 months. And after 3 long months, I realized they probably don't have enough evidence for me, against me. So I came out, turned myself in, and sure enough, they didn't have enough evidence, so I was let off the case.
You sure were left so much for being here with us, but I'm afraid that's all the time we have today.
You're welcome, Tyler. It's good to have my story out.
You heard it here first. Join us next time when FDR will be here with us live. Have a good day,
This program is
Chicago.
brought to you by the electric light bulb. Light up your life with the electric light bulb.